The city of Tucson is working on standby plans in case their vaccine mandate ends with mass firings. The city is requiring COVID shots for all employees without religious or medical exemptions, and workers who don't meet the city's requirements by December 1st can be fired. So far, about 750 have refused vaccinations, though some have received exemptions.
All of the directors have been tasked with developing a continuity of operations plan.
The city is already short-staffed in police, fire, and other positions, and the city manager says Tucson is preparing a new recruitment drive. And the Pima County Health Department is now offering all COVID boosters to eligible residents, and we're tracking changes in local driving behaviors after a couple of new traffic laws and programs were put into place. Tucson students and teachers are using the U of A curriculum to learn about DNA and viruses, including COVID-19. With Halloween approaching, we thought we would take a look at Tucson's most haunted hotel. Growing and transporting our food across the country has a major impact on the planet. One local pumpkin stand is open for the holiday season. Brian and Kelly's Pumpkin Patch splits the season between pumpkins and Christmas trees, and one yearly customer says the stand actually gets the mood set for the season.
You can go to other places to get a pumpkin, but it does not at all have the same feel.
I love the warm and fuzzies. Well, you still have time to get a pumpkin before Halloween, but if you're looking forward to your Christmas tree, they'll be ready on Black Friday, and the stand is on East Broadway, and they're open from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. All right, let's go over to Kyler Diggs for a look at the forecast. And Kyler, you know, it's nice to get out and get a pumpkin right now, but it's cooling down for Halloween.
Sure is.
Tucson police are investigating a body found today near Keno Sports Complex. Tucson police say they pulled the body out of the water near Sam Lena Park. So far, police haven't released any details about what happened or if the death was suspicious. But we have some breaking news coming into our newsroom. A fire broke out in Green Valley earlier tonight. Our Greg Bradbury is live there with some details. Back in August, we told you about two lifelong friends who grew closer after one of them got sick and needed a new kidney. That's when Kendrick Pittman stepped up to help save the life of George Salaberry. Well, tonight we have an update on their journey, and I wanted to see how their lives have changed since that surgery.
Dad, in case you didn't notice already, I love this guy.
That's for sure.
It's been an interesting couple of months for Kendrick Pittman and George Salaberry.
Other than taking 20 pills a day and having to keep track of a few things that I'm not supposed to eat, life is pretty much back to normal.
That's because Kendrick donated his kidney to George, who was in desperate need of a donor. George was in stage 4 kidney failure. He got the diagnosis earlier this year.
I tell my friends now, ask me how I'm doing. I tell them most of me is 74 years old, the rest of me is 32.
On August 12th, surgeons at Banner University Hospital performed the surgery, and within about 6 hours, it was a done deal. Kendrick was a perfect match.
It's kind of an emotional thing to realize that somebody thinks enough of you that they're willing to literally give you a piece of their body. And that was a very humbling experience.
Nowadays, George is feeling great, and so is Kendrick.
So it's just really inspiring to just be part of this, like, selfless act.
And what about that new kidney?
Well, the kidney's working great. The folks at Banner and the transplant team have been terrific. Now that I don't have to worry about dialysis for the rest of my life, my quality of life has improved exponentially.
Kendrick has his own words for those who are on the fence about donating.
It's actually really cool and eye-opening to be a part of something greater than myself.
One thing's for sure, these two will have more time to catch up and enjoy life.
We're planning a trip to Las Vegas for February.
And take it one day at a time.
Life is short, and I've discovered, fortunately at my young age, that it's all about relationships. So you really want to give time to the things that really matter and not sweat the things that will work themselves out.
And that is an amazing friendship. We wish them all the best in the future. Today, as we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, we're looking at the culture and food here in our community. None of your size, Greg Bradbury shows us one place that's known for bringing family and friends together. Well, here's a question. What's worse, losing to ASU or NAU? I say ASU, Sun Devil here. But coming up next, we have a post-game reaction from the Wildcats' 15th straight defeat. It's the first time they've lost to the Lumberjacks since 1932. Ouch. You're watching KGUN 9 on your side. The spirit of Southern Arizona, how a local charity is raising money for local students and their families. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shawndrea Thomas. Right now, the Sunnyside Foundation is trying to raise $100,000 for students and their families as well. None of your sides, Sierra Encinas shows us how they kicked off a week of events and how they plan to use all that cash. And this is a live look at the intersection of North 1st Avenue and East River Road. Right now, Tucson police are investigating a serious injury crash at that intersection. An Arizona doctor is treating refugees arriving from Afghanistan who are escaping the same region she did as a child. Nicole Grigg has a story. A local chef is celebrating 20 years in business right here in Tucson. Chef Wendy Gauthier's chic personal chef service opened in 2001 and has won awards both here in town and all across the nation. And today, she celebrated her milestone.
20 years of starting my own business. It's been a crazy ride.
Chef Chic was the first female chef to win the title of Tucson's Iron Chef, and today's celebrations included tastings of some of her food, her most popular dishes, face painting, and some games as well. And today, PAC hosted a celebration to thank the community for clearing the shelter. But despite the celebration, there are still a lot of animals who need a new home. PAC is still in need of donations to help those animals in need.
Even $1 truly helps.
PAC's partner, Friends of Pima Animal Care Center, held a clothing sale to help the shelter raise money as well. A Navy training aircraft crashed into a neighborhood outside of Dallas early this morning. The instructor and student on board were able to eject, but one of their parachutes got entangled in power lines. Authorities say the instructor is in stable condition, but there's no update on the student, who's receiving treatment at a medical facility. The crash showered debris on at least 3 homes, but the Fort Worth Fire Department was able to quickly put out the blaze caused by the impact. Representatives from the Navy joined local authorities at the crash site to start the investigation. It's just been over a year since Old Tucson shut down and the Western theme park became a casualty of the pandemic. But after a long and sometimes secretive process, Pima County is set to announce who's taking over the lease. And speaking of movies, today comedian Chris Rock revealed that he tested positive for COVID-19 and is using the opportunity to urge others to get vaccinated against the virus. On his verified Twitter account, Rock said to his more than 5 million followers, quote, "Trust me, you don't want this, get vaccinated." Rock told Jimmy Fallon on an episode of The Tonight Show back in May that he got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Well, it's considered the greatest film of all time, and it's celebrating its 80th anniversary. The movie, of course, is Citizen Kane, and it's set to be re-released in select theaters this Wednesday. The film centers on the rise and fall of publishing tycoon Charles Foster Kane, and it was nominated for 9 Academy Awards in 1941. You can check out the re-release of at the AMC at Foothills Mall. A pair of California wildfires have reached an area where some of the world's largest trees are located. The KMP complex wildfire is now burning in the small area of the iconic giant forest in Sequoia National Forest. Now, the fire was started by lightning earlier this month and includes the Colony and Paradise fires. Those fires have burned over 21,000 acres within that park.